I am the people's YouTuber. Uncle Lou here. It's time, prediction time, for this Georgia-Clemson game. It's getting pretty close here, 10 or 11 days away. Tired of watching and making all these YouTube videos where we're arguing about everything besides football. We're arguing about graduation rates. We're arguing about whose team has a better uniform. We're arguing about what happened in the 70s and 80s. We're arguing about how come it took Carolina 100 years to win a bowl game. We're arguing about all this other crap, basically. And it's getting down to the nitty-gritty here. It's time to start making some actual predictions. Uncle Lou, sick and tired of watching these 2 or 3 Clemson people that are making these videos, drooling all over themselves, babbling into their camera, incoherent garble, basically, is all it is. One look at these videos will tell you everything you need to know about Clemson fans. They're complete morons. They don't know anything about anything, really. Unlike me, Uncle Lou, there's nothing I don't know. And there's nothing I can't do either. I've proved that time and time again here. So it's time for me to go ahead and make my official prediction. Now, before I get to the score, I'm going to go over a few keys to the game here for you people. Now number 1. The game is being played at UGA. That does make a difference, especially in college football. In the pros, I don't think it matters all that much. There's a few teams that have big home field advantages in the pros, but in college, it's a lot more of a big deal. Last year, we had to go play at Clemson, and to listen to these Clemson people talk, they have one of the best home field advantages on planet Earth, so I don't want to hear them say that that doesn't make a difference. It does. This year you have to come to Athens, play between the hedges, so good luck with that. So that's advantage Georgia. Point number 2, Uncle Lou always looks at this when I'm dissecting a game. Who is the best player on the field here? There should be no debate. It's Todd Gurley. If you know anything about football at all, regardless if you're a Georgia fan, a Clemson fan, or neither, then you know that Todd Gurley is an absolute monster, and it's not even close. He will be the best player on the field. Now, last year you can debate that title went to Sammy Watkins, and you saw what happened, so yes, that does make a difference. This year it's Todd Gurley, so again, advantage Georgia. Last year we went ahead and lost 38-35. That's not going to happen this year. Spoiler alert, Georgia will win. I'll get to the score at the end. As far as how this game is going to go, I look for it to come out pretty slow in the beginning for a couple of different reasons here. Number 1, it's the first game of the year, so you're going to have to work out some kinks, and you better get them worked out quick. That goes for Georgia and Clemson. Both teams have new starting quarterbacks, so I don't look for there to be anything too creative or over the top right off the bat here. I think Georgia's going to come out and try to pound the ball. We'll see how that goes. I think it's going to go pretty good. We've got a stable of running backs that could start at just about anywhere in America, including Clemson. They would love to have a couple of our running backs, but you don't. That's right. Todd Gurley will have over 100 yards in this game and at least 1 rushing touchdown. You can write that down, too. I think we'll have 2 rushing touchdowns in this game, at least 1 by Todd Gurley. Keith Marshall back and healthy this year, who's really running back 1A. He's not really a backup. He's a starter that doesn't start because Todd Gurley's on the team. We have a couple of freshmen that we just got in, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you to write this name down, Nick Chubb. He's had a very impressive fall camp. Hearing nothing but good things. I'm starting to get a little irritated here, so I'm going to have to move around a little bit, so I'm sorry. I think I look for Nick Chubb to get some significant playing time as well. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if we had at least 250 yards rushing in this game. I know Clemson is pretty strong up front, but with our stable of running backs, I look for us to have at least 250 yards rushing, over 100 by Todd Gurley. We can divvy up the other yards however we see fit between Keith Marshall, Brendan Douglas, Nick Chubb, Sony Michel. These are all starting running backs here. We're blessed. That's right. Now, defensively, I am a little bit concerned about our defensive secondary, which is no big deal. I've been concerned about the secondary for what seems like years now. I'm hearing as many as 3 true freshmen may start in the secondary, but I've said this before, I would almost rather play our freshmen who want to play than some of these other knuckleheads we've had the last couple of years that think they're bigger than the program. Newsflash, you're not, and the door at Auburn is always open, and it's not that far of a drive, so if you're not happy with where you're at in Athens, then I'm sure those people over in Auburn will take you. So I want people playing who want to be there. We do have Jeremy Pruitt this year, and every time I have anything to say about Jeremy Pruitt, everybody wants to jump on me and say, well, you know, Georgia doesn't have Alabama's players that Pruitt had or Florida State's players that Pruitt had. Agreed. Uncle Lou will agree with you there. However, with that being said, if Jeremy Pruitt is half as good of a coach as everyone says he is, then he's going to make some sort of a difference. Whatever our talent level was last year, his presence has got to bring that talent level, you know, that up some. What amount that is remains to be seen. We'll find out here in 10 or 11 days. But I do look for a significant increase in the secondary, and as long as they're not drastically letting us down like they were the last couple of years, I think we'll be okay. We have a dominant front seven. We have the best linebacker corps in the SEC, one of the best in the country. Ramik Wilson, Marlo Herrera, you can write these names down too. And then on the defensive line, of course, Leonard Floyd, Ray Drew, true freshman Lorenzo Carter, who's probably not going to start, but we'll see significant playing time. This guy is an animal, prototypical size for a defensive end. He's a beast. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's going to do. So I do look for the game to stay close in the first half as both teams try to feel each other out a little bit, break in these new quarterbacks. Georgia's going to try to pound the ball, I'm pretty sure, which I think we'll be successful doing. That's, of course, going to open up play action pass and things like that. Georgia's ran a pro-style offense forever, ever since Rick got there, which is predicated on the run and the play action pass, which is critical to our success in any game, particularly this first game here. And in the second half, I think we will pull away. I think we'll be up 20 points at some point in the second half. I'm going to go ahead and make my score prediction here. 38-28. Dogs. That's right, you Clemson bums don't stand a chance in this one. I hate to be the one to have to tell you this, but you're just outmatched in this game. Georgia has the better roster from top to bottom, period. End of story. We're going to win this one. I don't even think it'll be that close, 38-28. I think, more like 38-20, and then maybe Clemson scores a garbage touchdown or something like that in the end. But that's my prediction, 38-28, 37-27, somewhere in that neighborhood there. I don't condone gambling, but if you look around hard enough, you can find spreads on this game anywhere from 7.5 to 9.5. I would take any of those. Now, I don't bet on Georgia games. I don't bet the spread on Georgia games, actually, because I'm not able to do it objectively because I'm too much of a fan. But I do think they will cover the spread in this game and win by more than the 7.5 to 9.5, wherever you find whatever your bookie tells you it is. Shouldn't be too hard for us to do that. I think we'll have at least 2 rushing touchdowns and at least 2 passing touchdowns and several field goals. We have the best field goal kicker in America. So listen up, all you Bammers out there. That's right, we managed by some miracle to find someone who knows how to kick field goals. It's really not that hard to do that. So Uncle Lou going to go ahead and give you Bammers some free advice here. But just go to a soccer practice, high school soccer, your own soccer team, doesn't matter. Pick out the kid with the strongest leg, go ahead and strap him into a football helmet and let him kick some field goals for you there. So you're welcome to some free advice here from Uncle Lou for all you Bammers. Can't seem to find a field goal kicker there.
All right, here we go. 56-yarder. Does not have the leg. And Chris Davis takes it in the back of the end zone. He'll run it out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow.
But anyway, Yep, so Georgia wins by 10, 37-27. Clemson goes down, which should be no surprise. We didn't get the record that we have against Clemson by losing to them back-to-back, so it's just not going to happen. We've dominated them in the all-time series, and I look for that to continue this year. We're not going to lose to you twice, so that's it. That's all there is to say. You can write that down. You can etch it in stone if you want to. It's not even going to be close. The dogs are going to roll. And finally, these Clemson people can shut up, and hopefully they'll disappear off of YouTube until maybe the Carolina game when they'll resurface. I don't know. They're like Puxatawny Phil, sticking their head out of the hole once or twice a year, trying to guess when spring's coming. But anyway, I got to go because I'm starting to get all kinds of irritated, and I can feel my blood pressure starting to rise, and my doctor says that's not good. So Uncle Lou got to go. Go Dogs, and good morning.